Gentlemen, for this best game that hopefully we're going to be recording today. And of course it's another chip cord in-house for you. As you take a look at the red team here as we move out on the rift. Well, let's introduce the teams for you, of course.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
In the top lane, I should say. For the blue team, it is
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Solid Motion playing the Scion. Lirak in the jungle as the Nocturne. Jet in the mid lane as the Katarina. Salem Greens as Jinx. And we have Tanner, of course, on the Seraphine. Meanwhile, on the red team, as I gotta quickly fix up things. There we go. So up in the top lane is going to be Whip on the Jace. Taco on the Fire Jungle. Elena in the mid lane on the Cassidid. Jaeyun doing his best Uzi impression and playing the Vayne. And Tricky on the Leona. So both these comps here, very, pretty standard. But the individual lane matchups are going to be interesting as we do have the first jungle. So both junglers decided to go for the bottom jungle route. So no chance of any vertical jungling here, as both buffs are going to be secured. Nocturne, of course, a little bit faster clearer than Vi here. Let's take a look at the mid lane. Jeff, of course, going for the poke here. It's going to be very dependent on the tempo matchups between the junglers where they want to go, but this top lane matchup actually is going to be very interesting. Sion against Jace. Now, depending on which build Whip goes, whether it's just a straight AD or Lethality build, it's going to be very dependent on how much damage and poke he can get onto Solid on Sion. And we go back into mid lane. Chip going onto the dagger, getting the spin, but Lena's just taking the damage, going to trade back. Both of these mid laners going for their Dark Souls, so both looking to get that little bit extra regen from their refillable potions. So here comes Lyra, actually got to get the chains, forcing the flash out of Lena. But good work from Chip there. Blue team forcing out the flash on Lena, so may get another one. But oh, do you see a trade in the top lane? Solid actually getting onto Whip. Not sensing that because of that level disadvantage, Solid is going to be very powerful. Right, going for his blue buff. Taco is there. Gonna get the drugs, but the trade going up into the top lane. No mana on Whip, so he has to be very careful. He just has to do his poke, but Taco is there. Oh, nice Saturn Blade coming in from Tricky, going on to Salem. But Tanda is there, very low on mana, so may look to see our first backs here. Again, not too much happening. Tricky looking for a possible another engage. Salem actually went for the longsword and 3 pot start, so I actually do like this on. Ooh, nice knock up on the Solid. It gets the. Oh, so I thought that was flash, but no, first blood, the flash pop in the W. That shield pop. Don't secure Solid first kill. Tanda missing the wide with the beat drop. TP coming in from Whip up into the top side. Oh! Engage down in the bottom lane for Tricky, forcing out the flash. Jender has to be very careful. Flame Chopper's up. Nice flash by Jaeyun. Can he get the trade? He will! Jaeyun gonna tumble on forward. Lyrak's here. Beat drop does actually connect onto Tricky. Lyrak's here, throws out the Q. Gonna have that trail. Is he able to find anything? Clips his head. The fear. Actually goes in, tries to dodge it out, but Tender Gonna take that kill. So good trade in the bot lane. Really intended to get that kill, but not really mattering as much as it's actually fair. Except the first pick up here for Jaeyun. Double longsword into boots and dagger for Salem. Whip, of course, okay, he's going for the mana meme build. He's going to be looking to be very, very powerful poker. But the only poker I know is how to play Texas Hold'em. Whip, trying to use the combo to try and poke out. Decimate does find the knock up onto Whip up into the top lane, but first strike is up and it is an ocean. See, Taco did find Lirak there, but Scuttle Crab does go over to the side of Blue. Jib has to be careful here. Lena's already got 2 more charges on that refillable. Taco coming for a gank down in the mid lane. Tricky Boy has got that center blade, does find it onto Tender. Tender forced to flash out. Flame Trumpets actually does land onto Jayway. And now onto Tricky. And Fishbones is just going to be taking chunks of damage out of the bot lane there. Nothing too serious as Helena Rift walking in, trying to get more poke onto Jib. Jib, I feel like, should back off here. He's down in CS, which is something you don't really need. 6 minutes. Centerplate going wide here in the bot lane. And having to be careful as Solid hitting level 6. He wants to go onto Whip, but no, just gets the grass proc off and just going to back off. Not too much action as DC actually Jib backing off as Tricky, nice! Engage onto Tender there. Tender just slightly out of position. That was a nice follow-up. Has to be careful here. Is he running? Oh, he's throwing first strike. Oh, that new ring that I don't really know too much about. Other than if you get the first damage off in a fight, it does more. I think you get a bit more bonus gold. It's alright. Oh, Decimate actually does land onto Whip. Decimate Smasher, say it's not Decimate, that's but first strike is getting pulled. Lirak missing with the blast gun. Gypsy is here. Throws out the ultimate, try and get some damage here. Jib forces some flash out. The fear's there. Lena has got enough balance to Rift Walk. Will take down Jib. Not going out onto Lirak. Does manage to get slow, but it's going to be enough. Jaeyun taking that kill. Lane Blue team here. Looking to try and steal the dragon. No level 6 on Salem yet, so no super mega death rocket. Laner is there to try and engage Salem very, very low. Nice Rift Walk to dodge it out. Is it going to be enough? Salem forcing to... Tender actually forcing the heal to keep Salem alive. Salem now backing off. Tender lying to himself to try and get a little bit of farm as he can as a support. Quiver done for Salem. So first Drake going over to the red team. Next lane got my desk chair. And I currently have a 800 gold lead. Not too significant. Around about the 9.5 minute mark. Yeah, it's all good, jungle Shinori. That second blue buff is your mid laners. As Jib would look for an attempted red steal. Look like his laner is here. Ripwalk is there. Gonna go in, throw out the ultimate. Nightmare is out. He's actually going to get it, but can he get the kill? Oh, nice Rift Walk. I'm not gonna get it. Taco is here. Did I want to maybe turn their attention towards him? No. It's not gonna be enough. They're just going to decide to back off. Whippers around as well, and I don't really want to give up advantage that they have in that top lane with Solid. As the Unstoppable Onslaught is available for Solid. Darko also has a cease and desist. Final was actually popped. That's fine. Is that just going to go a bit wide there? But the thing is, with this come from Jib, it is a bit on a timer when we get towards the big game. As the Unstoppable Onslaught getting propped here, Gypsy as well coming for the rotation. He's going to zap, dash onto Whip here. Decimating Smash is out. Jib, well, actually, Solid's going to take that kill. That good assist gold onto Gypsy as well. Now they're just going to push this top tower. Get some plates. Some minions as well. There's no real rotations going in from red team to try and stop this, as they decide that just Whip's probably the best guy for this, as he is going to TP up into that top lane. Elena rotating down bottom. Next strike is going to be the Hex Tech, which actually would be good for blue team here, as Elena does get spotted rip walking. Nice spell shield there from Leroy, getting that extra attack speed, forcing Elena to rift walk over the wall, but Taco is here as well. Nice zap from Salem there. It's key to let them know that, hey, bot lane's here as well, and we're ready to deal damage. Level 6 is available on Salem. Super Mega Death Rocket. Ready for any cross-map fight that may occur. As, oh, okay, Solid's just going to get another solo kill up in that top lane. Poor Whip. That's the problem. It's actually Jip dies as well. Ugh. Bit of a yikes moment. Is Tricker going on a dewarding mission. One goes in. There's the solar eclipse. Tricky gonna secure that kill. Tender very, very low. Lirak is here. Yeah, it was cancelled by the Q there. The beat drop. Just managed to slap Tricky. We'll take a tower shot for his troubles. Lirak getting his jungle invaded at the moment. But I don't think there was any Raptors there for Taco to steal. As Solid is just going to finally take this top tower. Both junglers going back to their first buffs. So Paranoia is available for Lirak if he chooses to wish to go for a rotational play. He is just going to back, get himself Caulfield's Warhammer. It's all up in 5. Drake available. See, so it has to be careful. That's all. Jip's back is going to get cancelled there. It was recalling on top of Ward. Stop watching him. Hextech Drake is up, and Lirak's not here for any kind of response. So second Drake going to be going over to red team. Oh no, they have to be careful here. Oh, that engage. Poor Tender out of position once again. But Lirak is trading for that Rift Herald up into the top lane. First brick did go towards the blue team, so they're keeping up in gold. At least only about 1100 down, would be way worse with a 3-kill lead. Salem has to be very, very careful here. Solid's going in. Jip coming in for the rotation again. Going for a tower dive, forcing out the flash whip. Death Lotus is there, and Jip gonna get his first kill of the game. Trades coming in. A little bit of damage as Kara's gonna get released. So that's Shelly. Tier 1 mid tower going down for
Killing spree.
blue team, so that's very, very careful. Solid and actually getting some decent damage onto this tier 2, forcing Tucker to actually back and respond to this. But that tier 2 tower is going to go down thanks to the Rift Herald. The lane is returning down to the bottom lane, trying hopefully find Tando. It's going to be a Chemtech Drake again, so
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
as the tier 1 bot tower does go down as well. TP actually coming in. Solid E wants Jaeyun. Has to be very, very careful. These silver bolts are going to be a lot of damage. The swing smash does land. Super Mag Death Rocket next as well, but not that much damage. It's still a high health. Gypsy coming in, but nice ultimate there from Tricky. Keeps Jaeyun alive, but do they want to try and stop this? Unstoppable onslaught was used, so no chance of a re-engage. Heal going off. As Tricky, very, very low mana, but high health, so he wants to try and defend tier 1 tower. Jip gonna take some minions as well. And with Kenner as well, this should be the tier 1 tower going down. Solid helping out as best as he can. You start to see the first items come through. Prowler's Core done for Lirak as well. Can't steal completed for Solid. Still no first item completed for Whip. Divine Sundra, of course, done for Taco. Rite of Ages done for Elena on that castle. Great to see that item back. I love it. Mortal Shield Bow done for Jaeyun. Give him a little bit more survivability. Look at the Iron Solari. I like that. As Gypsy comes in. Paradoria as well from Lirak, but nice flash. Sorry, Rift walked away. Flash. Oh, done. Actually used by Lirak and Elena. And Elena is going to survive here. Tier 1 top tower going to go down. So no outer tower remains. Yeah, so the map wide open for both teams. Try and get those sneaky rotational plays in. Check Discord if it allows me. Apparently it does. And as we roll along with Lirak on his jungling route, they do have an eye on where Lirak is, so Eclipse actually done now for Whip, so just get a little bit extra damage against Solid on that Zion. But here comes Elena, gonna rip away from the fear of Lirak. The Unspeakable Horror, that's right. I gotta remember the names of these, it's been a while. Springer, that's the name of the Q. That had something to do with night. Lane's there as well, wanting to go on to bot lane here. Rift walks in, throws out the orb. It's going to be enough. We've actually taken that kill. First kill of the game, but here comes Gypsy. No death loads. Lyric as well. Unstoppable onslaught. Rift walks away, but still sunned up. Death Lotus is available for Gypsy, but it's just instead going on to Whip. Jaeyun throwing out the final arrow. Tricky Boy is there. Now it's only just Solid alive for a blue team. He's doing his best, but they still both doing so much damage, flashing over the wall into the rack spit. Tricky Boy falling in, a cliff being popped. Lane to Rip walking up, but he hasn't got much mana, so he has to be careful. Decimating Smash does land onto 2. Gets to shut down. Super big Death Rocket. Solid, can he chase this around? No, he doesn't. Does go into zombie form. His first death of the game. Can he get a return kill? Blast Cone is there. Whip. Woo! Those are flying. Almost starting to call him forward because he has a flying hammer. But that first Hex Tech Drake is out and available. We're going to be stealing the red buff. Is this worse idea? Is very, very low health. He's going to get spotted and shut down. Lyra gets that red buff. He can't really steal here, but they might just decide to go for the team fight. Dustspring going out. Lirak pops Spell Shield. Unspeakable Horror does actually finish onto Taco, but there's no follow-up. That's Freeman! Death Lotus from Gypsy. That's not going to be enough. Tricky taking that kill. Jaeyun actually going down. Shutdown goal going on to Gypsy, but now here comes the kills, and oh boy, triple kill going over onto Gypsy. Taco's left the game. Ready to quit. This is where you pause.
A summoner has
There we go.
reconnected.
But thank God they didn't pause, because that actually fucks up the spectator. Like, yeah. I lied. That was still the tier 1 mid tower still up. I lied before, but you know what? Doesn't matter. Now all the tier 1 towers are gone. And it's actually a gold lead here for blue team now. Objective bounties are going to be up in a little bit. Okay. 3-man ARAM going to be happening. As Whip still going to be stacking that tier to try and get that mount immune. And halfway through all the stacks of the Rod of Ages. Chip has to be very, very careful. He's got that Hextech Alternator. Ventadent's actually complete for Jaeyun, so that will help poke out from Whip. Soul Furnace is not going to be enough, but there's no real objectives here. So, as a team, you really want to get the mid and the Cease and Desist actually being used onto Salon Greaves. The ult as well. Paranoia actually going down onto Jaeyun. Unspeakable Horrors, that's actually going to land. Elena will take down Sailor, but in the back lane, Jeff is going to fall down. Jaeyun! Oh my god! Kiting his way through. Might as well call it Benjamin Franklin. He's using kiting so much. Soul goes through. Jaeyun's there as well. Silverbolt's doing a lot of damage. Tender has to be very, very careful. Very low health. All I have to do is try and defend this tier 2 tower. Tricky is here as well. Taco, let me look at that damage that Heartsteel does once you get it charged up. Oh. Nice interrupted decimating smash there. But looks like red team is going to be on the retreat. Slowly try to cut these backs as best as he can. Baron is up and ready to go. Oh, not too much going in. Too much going on. Lirak just gonna get rid of the ward in the pit. Is there as well. Lirak throwing out the spell shield. Baron actually aggroed onto Elena there. Lirak actually set around, taking Elena down to half health. And now this is potential to get Baron as Scrying Bloom is gonna up. Okay, solid. Let's be very, very careful. Actually, Solid goes in. Taking so much damage there. Fully stacked here onto Whip now, so should be able to get the man immune. Solid tanking up as much damage as he can. Ooh, he's gonna find Taco. Unstoppable Onslaught was used. Deathblade as well. Tricky going very, very low. Uses Deathblade to get out, but the shutdown is gonna go on to Solid there. It's a good chunk of change. Drake up. In about a minute. Do they want to try and force anything else? Blue team having to be very, very careful. Taco getting spotted on the rotation. Elena moving towards the back of the pit, going in. Now best exit. Dragon getting started here. That looks like Elena has to be very, very careful. As a lot of as he wants to go for the steal, but Lirak will secure it. So instead, they're just both team just gonna pay their attention. It's Jaeyun. It's actually gonna get paranoid in, actually getting very, very low. Mortal Shield build shielding him up, but here comes Gypsy from the backside, double kill She actually managed to get whip as well. Ignite onto Taco. Elena nowhere to be seen. Now the question is, do they want to try and go for this? So has to be careful. He is backing on a ward. Well, looks like that is going to be it for now. Oh, Lena has found Gypsy. Gypsy going to protocol a Road Riftwalker as well. Lirak here to help. Super Mega Death Rocket actually connecting onto Tricky, but not that much damage since he was high health. Solid's here to tank up all the damage, soak up all the experience. TP actually coming in from Whip. Now, Tricky has found the Zeta play. Gypsy trying to smash to avoid it, but it's not going to be enough. But here comes the Tifa. Unstoppable Onslaught from Solid to try and get out, but look how tanky he is! So he is eventually going to go down, but... Woo! That Tifa was executed properly. Defender is dead, does finish to get one proc of drop the beat. Whip is going to get Despicable Horrid onto. Season Assist being used onto Taco there. Taco on the killing tree. It's going to go down to the tower. Lirak will get that shutdown kill now. Minions heading into that tier 2 tower. May decide to just do Baron, but instead they are just going to retreat and back off. Jip is up and ready and ready to go. No jungler means you can't do Baron as red team, even though you won the team fight. So, let's take a look at those items. Formal and Sunfire Aegis done for Solid. Black Cleaver done for Lirak. Ash's Two-Head for Rocket Belt done for Jibs. As Jibs actually chasing onto Jaeyun there, but Tricky is there to help his boy. Oh, actually, nice poke damage onto Tricky. Lena has to be very, very careful. They are setting up for this next strike, but it's all for a few minutes. So, Unstoppable Onslaught is going to land on later, but well, has to be careful. He is underneath a tower. I feel like a Warmog. I feel like after his Fossidation, Warmogs will actually be really good for Solid here. Lirak. We got the recurve bow done and dusted. Saves Embrace done actually for Elena as well as the Muramana for Whip. Stair's Gauge done for Taco, as well as getting the Bramble Vest as well. Phantom Dancer looking to complete into an IE here for Jaeyun. All good and dandy. 6 Convergence, ooh, actually like that from Tricky. Look at it, already complete as well. As Boar got the mountain, the support item. As still mutant minutes from Drake Tender, a little bit out of position here. We'll get a little bit of poke from Taco. As Jip's getting the split push, getting the top wave under control. Have to be very, very careful with throwing out the Q. Oh, Elena has found its way, just being smashed. But Tender's going to go down, landed with that kill there. Now here comes Taco onto Salem. That's going to be the ADC going down. Jip backing up. Solid's going to go down as well. They can't take this fight as much as they wanted. Now Solid actually taking down Tricky very, very low. Drake up in a minute. Knockback is there for Jaeyun to stop Zombie Solid. Now Drake spawning. Can Lirak go for a steal here? Has got Gypsy. They need vision in that pit. Elena can come from behind. Bow chicka bow wow. I said they're just going to take that tier 2 mid tower. Side lane's actually in favor of blue team at the moment. Lirak Oh, Dragon getting reset a little bit later in the back line. Definitely it's actually being popped by Gypsy, but it's not going to be enough. Whip. Oh, the ult still not successful there from Salem. A good try, though. That's going to be Hex Tech Soul. Oh, they haven't added in the flavor text. But pretty much, once you're at 50% health, you are going to get more resistance, tenacities, I think. As looks like Blue Team, they just want to go for a dewarding mission towards Baron here. And they're getting very, very low. Oh, yeah, unstoppable onslaught, stopping later, but it's not going to be enough. Cease and desist on to Salem. Here goes Paranoia. On to Elena, but he goes golden. Jess, what can you do? He's got Death Blades in the back line. Jaeyun very, very low. Knight ticking down, but it's not going to be enough. Lerak, he's the only one alive. What can he do? He's getting hunted by Tricky. Going to Death Bringer rate to try and get that extra movement speed. Solid is here as well. Flash forced out by Whip. Jaeyun has to back away. Knocked up by Solid there. Can't find anything. Oh, tried to go for the Deceiving Search, but the interrupt there. So now that map's reset, we are just going to be going back to that healing from the Ocean Dragon. Absolutely necessary for Tricky. I'm not gonna say this game's slowed down a bit, but sideway control on the top of that. Nice work from Gypsy. Trying to take it back. But do you have that wave clear with Solid Elena in the backline as well? Has to be careful. Play with the Ruin King for second item here for Salem. I was not the biggest fan of that. Usually you want to go Rune Dance after you get your legendary. Pulse Nature is completed for Solid. Elena off to the side. Oh, Lerak has to be very, very careful. Lerak's just gonna go about his business. So he struggles with the mid so we get that next objective, Elena. Oh, does manage to steal the blue buff. Smite down onto Elena, but is it going to be enough? Ultimate actually being used by Tricky. Nice flash by Lerak. Paranoia not going to be enough. Oh, drop the beat actually does land up to Jaeyun. Jet's there as well. Death Blades, and Gypsy's actually going to get the shutdown. Yeah, Jet, can he get out? No, he can't. Nice two-man charm, but later onto the backline has found Salem. Oh my god. Disaster once again for the blue team. So that's going to be an ace. Tricky going to take the brunt of these hits. But is that going to be enough here? As that's going to be, well, in-hit tower going down here in the mid lane. Ugh.
Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
Well, Elder Drake is going to spawn soon. Be interesting. Oh, no, just gotta. don't mind. Well, actually, blue team's actually gonna start the strike, and there's no response from red team. They'll know where Tucker is, so they'll be safe. Red team is setting up for the Elder Drake instead. Solid is there. But the collapse is coming from red team. Solar flare, it's like Eclipse, you dumb. Anyway. Well, Elder Drake has started here. Solid is there to try and interrupt as best as he can. Marco missing with the dash there. Solid getting stuff there. Yeah, here comes Jaeyun. Paranoia onto Jaeyun as my cursor decides to go off to the side. Lyrak goes in. Jay trying his best, but Lyrak's gonna go down. Elena actually goes down. So it's a 3v4. That is so much CC. Drake gets restarted. J-Rai about half health, but he will heal that up thanks to the live Omni Band. Good. That minion's in the middle lane. Okay, they're not freaking towers. Jip is trying to do his best. Tricky. Gonna get the chub up. Almost hits whip, actually. Jip in the back line. Actually, they may decide just to go for it. Jip instead. Can he go for this Elder? Whip flashes forward. Oh, Jip's gonna go down. Tricky taking that kill. Now it's all up. Salem. Drake going low. That's not gonna be enough. Smite there. And that's Elder Drake going over to the side of red team. This should be it. March down mid. It's only Lyrak and Solid defending. That's gonna be it. Surrender. GG. Red team taking this one.